Hello to you all, I'm Eric July, the founder and owner of the RippaVerse. You've seen what our team can do. From ISOM to AlphaCore, Yaira, the Horseman, and Norfolka, the RippaVerse has already come alive through animation. But now it's time to take it to the next step. This is the first ever RippaWorks project, the RippaVerse Studios Animation Fund. Help us create more animation, refining everything in hopes of eventually launching a full-fledged animated universe. This campaign has two clear goals. Goal number one, fund 10 original short clips based on ISOM, Yaira, and AlphaCore or Bloodruth. Goal two, produce a fully animated high-action trailer based on RippaZine issue number 6 and its upcoming series by Kanan White and myself. Now, the purpose of this project is really simple. We want to nail down our animation style. We want to solidify our team, and we want to set the standard for RippaVerse Studios moving forward. We feel like we already have a great style, but we know that we can take it to the next level, and we've built a plan to make that happen. Now, this isn't a pre-order. It's our first ever crowdsourced project. It's your chance to directly shape what comes next. Through RippaWorks, you decide which projects move forward. There are several tiers to choose from simple supporter levels to exclusive collectibles to the opportunity to literally be canonized within the animated RippaVerse. And as always, everything is backed by our same commitment to independence, transparency, consistency, and quality. We don't have any outside investors. We don't have those corporate strings attached. We just have the fans and the drive to just keep building. So whether you're contributing $5 or $5,000, you're helping us take things to the next level. And though we have two primary goals, our stretch goals show that we'll take this as far as you want to go. Because every dollar goes straight into animation. This is your chance to help greenlight and fully launch the entire RippaVerse animated universe. We love to have your support, and any contribution is appreciated. Head over to the campaign page for more information and details. I was talking the whole time, realized I was in studio mode. All right, before we get started, I don't even know if this is gonna work. Shot in the dark, let's see. You've seen stories unfold in Flores Park, Texas. You follow them into the depths of outer space and across realms far removed from our own. But back on Earth, there's a region long forgotten. An expanse left shattered in the aftermath of the Great War of Separation. A place so destabilized that most of the world refuses to acknowledge it still exists. To outsiders, it's a no-go zone. Airspace avoided, a land written off as ungovernable. Yet, life persisted. Micro-cities emerged, rising, collapsing, changing hands as power shifted. Entities moved in and out. And what remains is one of the most dangerous and most unique regions on the planet. It's here that you'll encounter characters unlike any you've met before, such as Nyler, a nomad, a man whose journey leads him into Teflon, a city owned and operated by the Talberry Corporation, where order is enforced and existence itself must be accounted for. A brand new journey like never before in the RippaVerse. This is Echoes of Cypheon, written by me, Eric July, illustrated by Kanan White, colored by Marcos Mark. A new story appearing in RippaZine issue number 6. That's the wrong one. What's up, y'all? Man, I have been crazy busy and still am. I'm actually like working right now. Let me send this. What did I say I was going to grab? Okay, let me go send this off real quick. Real proper like, and we'll get started. So yeah, if you have not checked it out or you don't know, we are, well, I'll give you the whole spiel here in a bit if I can go ahead. There we go. All right, let me send this off. Do this, get rid of that. Okay. Okay, cool. Bam. All right. Bam. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, send that off just like that, and we good to go. So I'll give you the whole story. A lot of customers reached out, friends and people that are in our space as well. Hey, Animation Fund is really close. You've got to either extend it, keep it going, but you can't just end like that. Because you were so close to the second goal. First goal was hit. We were ready to move forward with those. All right. But yeah, I'm working. I'm looking at stuff. People said, pop it back up. I said, all right. You know what? I'm going to do that for you. 24 hours. Because look, man, I'm trying to stick to what we're doing here at the RippaWorks, or with the RippaWorks, initiative. So we don't want this live for that long, especially considering that we need to start working on stuff. All right, so this is what's happening. 12 p.m. it launched. 12 p.m. it ends tomorrow. We are less than, or about around 4,000. About 4,000 or so away from the goal, okay? A little over 4,000, right? I would love for you to support us. I don't care if it's $5. It's a lot. If you're in here right now, maybe you want to be you want to drop some bucks. I'm good with that. But I'd appreciate it either way, because fans want to make this happen. I know our really enthusiastic fans probably have already backed. I won't say are enthusiastic. The ones that are really stoked on the animation have. Others, maybe they just want the books. But either way, I want to make it happen. We have a plan, and I would love for your support. So please, if you don't mind, going ahead and I don't know, support what we're doing. We'd appreciate that. But there's a lot going on. You just watch this campaign, and I guess I'll talk about it all. Let me get everything pulled up real quick. And yeah, I was able to convince the wife I got a pocket of time that I am going to be streaming. The reason why I was rushing, because we went to the store as a family, get some groceries and stuff, and then came back, and I was eating before the stream this just chicken, the straight chicken breast. And yeah. All right, RippaZine 6, there we go. There we go. Oh, that's not it. All right. Animation Fund is live for another 17 hours. 95,000 total in backers, monies. Okay, 753 supporters. We thank you so much for that. Now, if you realize or read, a goal to it says a fully animated high action trailer based on RippaZine issue number 6, soon to be announced series. Well, now that series is announced, and it's called, wow, we had 400 books, so wow. RippaZine issue number 6. Okay, this is a fun one for me, and it's based on a new character that was created by myself called Nyler. He's a nomad, and he's in this dead zone that you guys haven't learned a whole lot about it. You've seen little tidbits. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I just want little tidbits. We dropped little tidbits for you all. And we have been kind of working to this point. Started in Flores Park. You've seen space. We've done the sci-fi thing. And now we're moving to a place that's in this region in North America that you haven't learned a lot about. Echoes of Cypheon is the name of the story. And you watched the trailer just now, written by me, Kanan White on the artwork. Why is everybody calling me while I'm streaming? Kanan White on the artwork, and I'm really hoping that we. I believe in this project. I think this is going to be a fun one. Yes, it's a change of pace. It's not the traditional like superhero stuff. It has some kind of cyberpunk-ish feel to it. And I say ish. We were talking about this on Ripping the Silverback earlier. When I say ish, the reason why I say that because it's not full like if it depends on how you think of cyberpunk, right? Because a lot of times you think this sort of dystopian, which that element is there, but also if you go like actual cyberpunk, not like cyberpunk in the term, but the brand, right, that they made a game based off of. That one's more so the reason why the technology is the way that it is. Yeah, it might be futuristic, but it's so accessible. And this isn't necessarily reflective of that, right? It has those elements of greater technology, but it's not so much so that it's so widespread, right? So it blends. I think one of the super chatters earlier were talking about, is it more Fallout or is it more like Alita or whatever? And I think I'm like, well, I think it's more in between. It's less either one of those. But yeah, I'm having a blast with this story, and I can't wait for you to see what we come up with. Learning a little bit more about Nyla, you will be able to kind of see some of the artwork here. This gives you kind of, I love this first page here because it gives you a general perspective on like where this is kind of taking place here. We also have, again, just the landscape, some of the, I got Nyla back there. So yeah, we are really excited for this story. And I would love for you to see it because I do think this is one of those stories that is going to look really, really well in an animated format. But yeah, we obviously need you guys help make it happen. But I do believe in the projects. One of those projects where, you know, with any project, I guess you have those aspirations that you're gonna have. It's like kind of the transmedia. When I say transmedia, I'm not meaning probably where your mind goes. No, like that's a term that's generally used like cross-platform, if you will, or different types of media that the same property is on, is what that generally means, okay? But, you know, we're self-aware. I know that certain characters and certain stories don't necessarily, well, any of them be cool to animate, yes, but some of them are going to be well received, and it's going to serve a purpose in expanding kind of our audience of people that would see that and then maybe be a little more intrigued. I think this is one of those stories, okay? So I would love for you if you would go back this right now. I'd appreciate that. Yeah, excuse me, the RippaWorks Studios Animation Crowdfund, but it's based on RippaZine, and you can go to I would love for you to go get the RippaZine. I mean, I appreciate that. Go get the RippaZine and just go back the RippaWorks Studios Animation. We are just around 4,000 in sales, not sales, backers left. If we get $4,000, someone want to come through and become a, what do you call it? One of those immortal tiers. We'd love that. We'd appreciate that. We'd appreciate that. Whoa, Mustafine, what's up? Saw you earlier, man, and ripping the silverback. Gifting 10. Wow. Welcome, everybody that just got a gifted 10 subs. Thank you so much for that. And welcome all of the new members there. 10 gifted ain't cheap, by the way, brother. Thank you so much. And a big shout out to my dev team for sending something out there. So, yes. We'd love for you to get in on this. We are so close to that second goal. We'd love to hit this. And we got a lot of fun stuff planned. This is one of them. We've been cooking this up for a while, and I would love for you to back this It's in the description. It's also not pinned at the top like I meant to. Let me, it is. It's pinned. It's pinned at the top in the comment section. So please go click that and learn a little more about the animation crowdfund and learn a little more about RippaZine issue number 6. We also have Daughter's Revenge. Obviously, I have to shout out to this because I'm not logged in, so I don't know what the latest numbers are. But wow, 1,005 total books. Over 1,000 books sold, bros. What are we doing? 1,000 books sold for Daughter's Revenge by J. X-Wing. Absolutely destroying the pre-order goal. No sweat. That was easy. Easy. Real easy. Easy. Thank you so much. Over 1,000 books sold. Hasn't even been a week since this has been launched, and you guys have absolutely destroyed this. So 1,000 books ain't cheap. That ain't cheap. It's 1,000 books, man. So thank you all so much for supporting that project that they work so very hard on, and we want you to continue to back it. Like I've said, I know we don't do the best job of making sure that you understand, and maybe I can improve there, but pre-orders go a long way. Obviously, this can be said for any company. Any company is going to echo that. But pre-orders go a long way for various reasons. One of those, the obvious, is obviously from a physical inventory standpoint and being able to properly gauge your... You want to be able to properly gauge how many of whatever, whether books, merchandise that you need in order to get to it through a given run. Okay, so anytime you're dropping things, yes, obvious for us, we do the campaign format, but it doesn't matter. Depending on how you drop that, you can largely determine when people are going to be active in buying. We have great long tail sales. It's one of the strengths as a company. So, we sell a lot after campaigns. That being said, it's very well. It's a great indicator, right, of a lot of different things. Enthusiasm around the project, and we can more accurately assess kind of what gets green lit over there. So to kind of take you behind the scenes, how I look at stuff like this is, I will, from a business development standpoint, I will look at what the numbers are coming in, and I will be able to build some sort of like forecast of what we anticipate over the next several months for that project, what's going to be available. So long term, medium and long term, as well as the short term. So determining how many of these I need to get through the campaign window, how many, we've gotten pretty good of assessing those numbers based on you're going to have some uncertainty there. Sometimes some things are going to perform better or worse for that matter, depending on what you thought. You're not going to be 100% accurate, but we are pretty accurate. If I'm bragging on not myself, the team though. But we will analyze that, and based upon what those numbers look like, I will then assess whether or not we need to start doing the groundwork for the production. So a production of like a future, whether it be a future title or production in terms of maybe concept art, getting things going, or saying, well, maybe we need to kind of slow down and hold off. Maybe it will get done, but we don't need to be so antsy. And other times it's no-brainers. Like, for example, when the Horseman pre-orders for the Welcome to Flores Park book, when the Horseman pre-orders came in, that was like me calling Chuck on the same day and say, I need us to get a series going. I already know what this is going to be. So start thinking about where you want to take the story and things. Again, Joe hasn't got like a script or anything yet, but we're already laying that foundation. That's why those are a couple of different variables, things to consider as to why pre-order, though it may seem insignificant, especially when you're dealing with like a consumer item or an item that you're not spending in relative to some other things you might buy. You're not spending that much money. So like in the case of this RippaZine, you can get it for $5, you can get it for $10, you can get it for $25. If you're getting a collector's edition, that might seem like, well, shit, you're gonna spend that on Bud Ice, picking that up, going to the going back from, I guess, stopping by the racetrack or whatever the fuck and going home. I totally get that, but it goes a long way and it's extremely helpful to the entire company, for any company. So don't feel like that's insignificant at all. We appreciate you guys that get in on the pre-orders, and the earlier the better, because again, that lets us have the most accurate data that we can possibly possess. So we appreciate y'all and we thank you so much for that. But yeah, go get this. Lots of perks. Let's go to the animation fund right now. Someone there. Yes, we're at 96,000. Guys, we are less now than 4,000 away from the goal. Less than 4,000 away. Mike Has Bad Knees says Blood Rule still the best-selling post-collection book. I'd have to look at some numbers. Hard to say with how we release, but at the time it was crazy how well that was doing, like post-collection. It still does well. It is a different kind of audience, right? So I think that had a lot to do with it. Reviews were great, people loved it, but I think a lot of it also has to do with that genre and the buyer. Like, look, demographics are a real thing, okay? And what type of like customers are different. They're not universal as far as like they don't collectively do the same exact thing, and they're segmented, okay? So how they buy and their purchasing habits are differing all the time. And you obviously have different types of customers, and yeah, you can't quite box every individual in, but you can start to have, you can kind of segment like what type of book is going to have this type of release, like not just during the campaign, talking post-campaign. And for some reason, like with some of these horror books, and again, what the science is, I don't know. I'm not trying to figure that. I'm in the business I'm more so in the business of analyzing the data and reacting accordingly. I'm not in the business of trying to figure out necessarily the science. I pay people good money to figure that stuff out, if we have anything to do with it, or if we can do better jobs in target marketing. But that said, the data is the data, and for some reason, man, when it came to these horror books, the horror book in Blood Ruth, people were all over, and they ate that stuff up, and they wanted to, they wanted to get in on that. So it's interesting. It's quite interesting how that oddly did as well as it did, especially that first book, as well as it did post campaign. Somebody asked about the Dirty Deeds. I'm looking at this right now. Needs action figure. What? Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at actually our distributor, and it looks like another issue came up with that damn song. Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, I'm not sure. We corrected what they said we needed to correct, and I'm gonna have to do some more digging, man. But yeah, I'm starting to get extremely annoyed on this. I'll look into it. Appreciate that. So yeah, man. We appreciate y'all that are continuing to get in on this and the RippaZine early on. We have 754 of you guys. Wow, that got in on this campaign so far, the RippaWorks Studios Animation Fund, and I would greatly appreciate it if you went out there and you went out there and got in on that. Let me look at some things. Look at some data. By the way, 12 p.m. Central. Please understand that is the cutoff time for this project. So I really want those of you that wanted to get in to not forget that, and you got your second chance. So I'd really appreciate it if you got in on that, if that's your thing. I'd appreciate it. All right, let me look at some stuff on the back end and see kind of where we're at, because obviously our numbers don't update immediately. All right. There we go. Wow, 96,051. Yeah, we're moving up, guys. We're gonna cut it close. Unless one of you guys want to be cocky, we're gonna be cutting it close. Like we'll see what happens. I mean, we've got. I can't remember. We were about at what, like 93,000 or so when it first technically launched. So we've made about $3,000 or so, so far. So man, we will see where this goes. Thank you so much. Thundarius says, I'm only here so I don't get fined. Yeah, I respect it. GoFundMe animations. We are so close. Horseman Helm and Golden RippaVorks Banana Hammock dropping in 2026. Confirmed. That is not confirmed. In fact, I don't know where you got that information from. Shout out Thundarius. What's up with it, bro? How you doing? Look at the Merc Lounge. No. Fake news. Can you shield Dirty Deeds, please? I'm shielding all sorts of stuff right now. But at least Dirty Deeds is like active for a little bit. So we have plenty of time to shield that even more. But Dirty Deeds, yes, is the other campaign that we have active in addition to RippaZine #1. We had 2,200 books sold. Ooh, let's go. My guys, Bad News with a 5. I know that response for the first one was mixed, but what about another live action trailer or short? Oh, I'm 100% in for that. It's just look, a lot of stars have to align. It's funny because doing something like that is cheaper. Financially, it's cheaper, but also making that happen is a little. It's a lot of stars alignment, right? When you gotta go with the actor or actress, costumes, and what day are we gonna do it, and all that stuff. It's a lot that goes into film and short production, right? Reopened at 93,000. Shout out Jokingly, always on it with the numbers. So yeah, about 3,000 so far. So yeah, if that's the trajectory and that's where we're at, about 6 hours in, yeah, we're gonna be cutting it hella close. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, like I would love to do some more. Like I said, I'm all in on trying to make sure that we're taking advantage of all media types and opportunities to adapt our stories and our characters outside of just what we already do extremely well, and that's put out comics. Okay, you know that one guy again, Vanguard. Let's go. Hey man, y'all sign up for the Vanguard tier, bros. We appreciate that. Less than 4K. Sisters in the chat, what's up? Saska, lovely Saska's in the chat. 4K away. Or less than under 4K actually away, they say. And they, yeah, I mean, we getting there, baby. We getting there. We get there. So yeah, go grab it. You want that? I'm telling you guys. Trust me, guys. Trust me on this one. And I know the Horseman animation was excellent. Bros, there's another level. There's another level, bros. And we love to go there. Need your help, though. We need your help. We do need your help. But yes, there is another level that we believe, excuse me, that we can take this, to. But yeah, we can't do it without you. It's kind of one of those things where your services are required in order for us to get to that point. So please sign up. Any tier, $100 tier and up, you start getting some cool physical items, including an additional Echoes of Cypheon book. You want that comic book. Let's go through some of the tiers, okay? Let's go through those real quick. So you got the low-key supporter. It's going to get you the updates as we work extremely hard on what we're doing. and development. We got the high key supporter. $10. Get your name as a founding member. And that will happen in the credits at the end of the trailer. Patron. $25. You get those updates and those exclusive streams that we're going to be doing. Insider. $50. $50. 12-hour early access to that short/trailer. Now, the exclusive document card, you want that animation for the comic that we're going to be doing, the short comic that will also be on Echoes of Cypheon or surrounding that story. You're going to want to get in on that. That's when you start getting these physical items. Guardian, CGC Signature Series version of that comic. Elite. Get that Discord badge. Special badge. CGC exclusive poster is what you're going to be getting. And then we got the Titan. Start getting some sketch prints from our own Kanan White. And then we have the tier that it would only take one of you guys to come through. I'm not putting any pressure on anybody in this chat. You think I'd do some shit like that? I'm not putting any pressure on anybody in this chat. All I'm saying is mathematics tells us one guy comes through once, and you know, maybe it's Elon Musk or something, and he comes through and he says, you know what? I need to be immortalized in these upcoming animations. We're funded. Whole shit's funded. That's all I'm saying. I'm not putting any pressure on anybody in here because, like I say, I'm not that kind of guy. That's not what I do here, okay? Not me. Not me. Would absolutely never say that someone in the chat should just drop 5, you know, back at being immortal tier, which would send us over the goal. But if they did, that's exactly what would happen. If they did, 5K becoming immortal. You get canonized. It's not like you get nothing. You get, remember, this is the important context here. Every single one of these tiers gets everything from the previous tier. So in addition to all those things I named, you're going to be in the animation. How cool is that? So, Titan, Immortal, it's right there for you. It will help us out, but it ain't no pressure. I'm just here chatting with my bros, touching base. Yes, Marco's technically correct. But yeah, just touching base. And throwing that out there. Seriously, guys, thank you so much. And we also have open support. So if you're like, I don't want to do any of these, or you've already donated and you're like, I don't care about getting another tier, just support the do the open support, and you can name your price and all that. So we thank you for that. 760 supporters. We're at 96,236. We're right there. We're right there. We greatly appreciate it. We'd appreciate that. Drop however much, whatever you do, it's greatly appreciated. Seriously, guys, thank you so much. This has been wonderful, man. It's our first RippaWorks project. We're gonna do more of those. I have a bunch of ideas of cool things that we can do. We'll be taking some feedback. We'll see. But yeah, man, I'm really, really excited. Scott Woodford with a 62 months says happy Wednesday. Oh, happy Wednesday to you too, homie. Thank you so much. Scott Woodford. Shout out. Shouting all the way out. So yeah, you guys are amazing though, seriously. Like, I appreciate y'all support. We're only doing this because of you, you know? And you know, the audience said they wanted more of this stuff, and so that's what we did. That's what we did. And here we are. ISOM figures, they're right here. I got it right here. McFarlane Toys ISOM figures, I already got them. They're right here. They will start shipping soon. I went and signed the ones that I needed to sign. That was, I can't remember, at some point last week, Thursday or something. I can't remember. I went up there, signed a bunch of stuff that I needed to, and yeah, signed copies are good to go. Let's go, Thunderius. Hell yeah. But yeah, those will be, so you should have an email that went to all of our customers for the most part, letting you know about like what was happening. I think it went out yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So just to kind of give you some more information on how things are working right now. We're trying to get, these are the books and items that we expect to fulfill by the end of the, like early, let's say by the beginning of the next month. Let's say that, or during maybe the beginning of next month, likely before. The action figure, the definitive ISOM, the definitive Yaira, the Trinity, not the Trinity, excuse me, the Omnibus, which I know a lot of y'all are excited for, and what's the other one? There's something else that RippaZine number 5. We're waiting on those from CGC. We have everything else, and once those ship, we'll start getting that stuff ready. So yeah, it's like 5 bits of material that are going to be in the next few weeks or so. Over the next few weeks, you're gonna start getting some of those items. Really excited for those. Brimstone, looking forward to seeing you as well. Brandon said Omnibus is close. Yeah. It's getting there. So that's rough estimates of those projects. End of January, beginning of, so this month, beginning of next month, around there is where we're looking to try to get all these rocked out. So yeah. 96,336, man. Hey. Some of y'all are starting to get a little cocky. All I'm saying is it takes one. One psycho son of a gun comes through and says, you know what? I'm feeling real generous. And I want in on this animation fund because I want to be in the damn animation. Say less. We got a couple of tiers out there for you. Again, no pressure. None whatsoever, but I'm just saying. We'd appreciate that. That one guy, 35 months, being a little Mac, thank you. That's all I'm saying. That's all it would take. Couple of you guys, few of you guys become immortal or become titans, and one mother says, you know what? I'm just gonna drop this like this. $37 at $100 tier, and we're done. Gotta think there are 37 people out there needing to get that exclusive comic and card. I'm just saying, I believe that there's 37 folks out there, perhaps in the chat. Again, not the type of guy that will like, I wouldn't put pressure on anybody to do anything like that. because I'm not that type of guy. I'm just saying, man, according to the math, and I ain't that good at math. You know, I just know a little something about something. But according to the math, you know, Titan, you know, few of y'all do that, and we gonna be cooking with grease, as we say in the South. Or, and I'm just saying, one. We ain't even got to do a couple of y'all, few of y'all, 36. We ain't even got to go there. One guy says, I'm feeling good. There's this two right here that, I'm just saying, that right there would do it. Look, like I say, I ain't the type of guy that would put pressure on someone that may be watching this stream right now. That's not how I roll. I would never put pressure on someone out there in the audience to drop, be a Titan or Mortal 10. That's just not my type of gig. But according to the mathematics, thumbs the video up if you're hanging out with me. That's free. You ain't got to pay no money to do that. So you might as well. Donate a little, but trying to protect my social campaign fund. I respect that. I respect that. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Tell the Patreons in the saloon to hit the deck at this rate. No pressure whatsoever. We don't do that here. Not gonna put pressure on the audience to become a Titan or Immortal to just get us over the hump, and then we can get this thing rocking and rolling. Would never do it. Not that type of guy. But if you did, it'd be greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Seriously though. Thank you. What character are you most excited to see animated? Would love to see Blue Ship. Well, for me, I've mentioned Salvage. If we are looking at this at a more macro, kind of like a ambitious level, I do have a lot of ideas, and I think that it would be really cool to do kind of this dramatic private investigating sort of maybe not so, maybe a little procedural, but I would love to do kind of this noir styled animation series based on Salvage. I think it could be really, really good. That said, that's just ambitious, but I would love to see that character, because obviously we haven't animated Salvage at all yet. But that would be, if we ever got to the point, like if I'm talking personal opinion, like we're not talking about fan demand or anything like that. You're just asking me the character that I would like to see the most. Yeah, I think Salvage is, just because of what we could do surrounding the character, the setting that we could put him in, the feel of that, how we could really play around with like the score. Like we could have a lot of fun with that that whole genre, if you will, with surrounding Salvage. So that's where I would land. The obvious one is Horseman. Like if I'm looking at it from a numbers and just what's gonna look well, what as far as the pacing is gonna keep the audience engaged, or gonna be the widest net that we're gonna be able to kind of throw out there, toss out there, and we can tie Dean Cain to it. It's a no-brainer, 100% no-brainer, 100% no-brainer. Need a top-level Saoirse animation. Both of those would be cool, and maybe I can make if it's a private investigator story, I can absolutely do some fun things with cameos. And look, it's a connected universe at the end of the day. Just because X character ain't in like it's not their book, or excuse me, their animation, that doesn't mean that we can't have them show up. So 1,000%, Saoirse could land pretty well as well, which would be fun. But yeah, for me, it's salvage all day. 96,471 says jokingly. Thank you so much. That's where we're at. That's what the numbers say. That's what the numbers say. But like I said, man, we have what's the time left on this? 17 hours left. About 17 hours left, and there is no reason why I have the mouse hovering over the Titan and Immortal Tears. That just happened to be where the mouse lands. But yeah, I would love for you guys to get involved there. Become a Titan, become an Elite, maybe Immortal, you know what I'm saying? Those options are out there for anybody that would love to back our a little animation fund. We'd greatly appreciate you if you did that. That's all I'm saying. Nothing, no pressure. None whatsoever. So yeah, that would be my pick, my choice. There's other options out there. We're gonna have some fun with these animations. RippaVest results win. Funny enough, we were about to we are obviously we have it already. It's just that how this whole animation thing landed, we didn't think that early this week was gonna make a lot of sense. So that's why we didn't announce it, but those are gonna be announced very soon. Salvage is the book I'm really looking forward to outside of Blood River 3 and Yaira 4. Okay. Salvage, as you guys saw, you're gonna get some previews of Salvage in the upcoming RippaZine. It's the same team. We got Jay Brown on the colors. Well, like I said, Justice League Unlimited style show, but with Alpha Core, Yaira, Isom, Horseman, and Blood Ruth. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Horseman needs to meet Horseman meets Saoirse. Sure, okay. I respect that. Look, we can have a lot of fun. And it does make it's the most digestible, easily a digestible medium. Obviously, it's animation, though the cost ain't cheap either. It's something that people enjoy. It's just a very difficult thing to not necessarily just simply monetize, make profitable. Animations are. This is why, and I brought this up a million times. This is why animations are largely a loss leader, like for anime companies and publishers. It's just something that's used as a vehicle to get some enthusiasm behind it, so they can make money on the IP in other avenues. But like as far as the profitability of the actual animation, it's usually losing money. Norfolk was way too short. Need some more. I absolutely need more Blood Ruth. Yeah, Norfolk was a fun one. I had a lot of fun with this book, man. Speaking of, if you hadn't got it. Every time I watch Matlock or In the Heat of the Night, you cross my mind, bro. hey, I respect it. Those are my jams, man, as far as I'm concerned. as far as I'm concerned. Those are my jam. I'm all about that. Vanguard supporter. Shout out Agent Black. Let's go. Becoming a Vanguard supporter. He's gonna get that comic. Let's go. Shout out Bruce. What's up, Bruce? Surprised you ain't working or whatever, man. How you doing, bro? Love to see you here, man. As always, man. Case in point, recently the mangaka for Black Lagoon basically was asked if there will be a new anime in the future, and he said if y'all want it, y'all need to buy merch. It's expensive. It's crazy how Japan's culture has created this phenomena, but it's one of those things where the margins are thin or non-existent. I'm talking strictly on the anime, not necessarily the manga, but you got to understand, like, they're glorified. This is going to sound kind of like I'm trying to diminish artists and the creators' efforts. No, from their perspective, this is a gig that they have a lot of passion in that they take seriously. But from the publisher's perspective, it's a glorified commercial. Glorified commercial is what they are. It's a glorified commercial. It really is. It is. It's it's something that they use. Again, it's a vehicle. That's all it is, to make monies and off of other things, not the animation. The anime ain't making money like that. They might be widespread, it might be adopted, a lot of people stoked, but as far as the money that they put in versus the money they are getting in return from whatever, advertisements, the Crunchyrolls, whoever's hosting it, the distributors, all the money that they get from that, it's usually at a loss. But that's not the point. They're thinking long term, and they're thinking about the property. So when something does hit big, merchandise is off the chain, right? When Demon Slayer is massive, when that exploded, and like Jujutsu Kaisen and those exploded, the merchandise game for those was insane. They were making so much money off of those. And yeah, that's what they're for. They're just glorified commercials. They're just, at least from their perspective, not the creator's perspective. It's just from their perspective. That's why they do it. So you'd be like, damn. In any other capacity, why on earth would you spend that much money knowing that it's likely that you're not going to get a return, just to keep like putting this shit out? It's because, well, it makes the money elsewhere. It's the most digestible medium. People look at that, they're able to get access to it. They learn more about the characters, get intrigued, and they go buy other stuff, and it pays itself back in far other ways, mainly in merchandising and licensing. Like same thing. Whether it be them licensing that, and someone wants to use it, various platforms. You got to understand. Like, think about it. If an anime blows up, or a manhwa, like a Korean animation, if either of those blow up, always you start to see just that those get plastered everywhere. You'll see mobile games. You'll see obviously wall art. You'll see skins in video games. You will see video games made. Oftentimes, those are licensing deals, and that's where the money is at. Licensing is like a multi-billion-dollar. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry that almost nobody talks about. If you wonder where these guys are getting the money from, it's not like they're the ones for the most part. Yeah, they'll sell it, but like it's a passive way for the IP holder to make money, is to just have people make shit but licensing it. So you're getting royalties. You're not paying for the manufacturer, you're not paying for anything. You're just getting royalties off of some shit that they're responsible for pimping. It's the easiest way to make money. So if you get an anime, for example, and that bitch blows up, you're sitting pretty. The licensing guys are coming. You got your licensing division out there talking to these guys, closing out on deals like they're going out of style. So the cup company wants to make a line of cups or some shit, or merch, like some shirts and shit, apparel, right? Or obviously statues and toys. all that shit, they're making bread like it's going out of style off of that because the anime. So they like, oh, so what? We're losing money on whatever. We're making money elsewhere. It's just that for them is the layup. For just $250, you get the back to animation, get a CGC book, the exclusive card, early access, name, and the credits. You get a lot for just $250. Jared with a Jared says top 3 RippaVerse characters. Also, how much does it cost to create a 2D video game? It just depends on the scale. 2D doesn't necessarily mean cheaper. It just depends on the scale and what the game type is. But obviously, with these engines, these guys are able to do a lot of different things. And yeah, it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. So and I run one of the returns. Obviously, I've done a little research, but not a whole lot. Looking at like platform Steam. Like I'm not so privy to how much money these guys are charging the publishers to house it on their platforms, like the platform fees associated with PlayStation or Nintendo. God, if you can get it on a Switch or something like that. It'd be very interesting. Snowman with a 5 says is calling it RippaWorks Studios accurate since you outsourced the animation and all the work to third worlders. 124 viewers right now. Whoa. I don't know what you're talking about with third worlders from our, obviously the animation, like the storyboarding, all that was done by American creators, or creators in the States. We have we had animators working on that were based out of like Europe. To my knowledge, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but it is called RippaWorks Studios because we're the ones that are actually funding it, producing it, and distributing it. Wait till you find out when movies are made and films get made that I'll tell you what, I'm not even going to be snarky about it. Love for you to do some research on any major studio. Go look at Paramount, and when they make a movie or distribute a movie and what have you, and you look at some of the studios and this Paramount or whatever studio cease to be a studio, you probably are going to find that the entire industry operates like that, where they're still a studio despite what you call it outsourcing. Is just how the industry works. You pay people. Sometimes it's sub studios, sometimes it's individuals. You pay people to make the thing come to life. It doesn't cease to be a studio. Yeah, just wait till you find out about the other major studios. You're gonna learn a lot about it, man. It's gonna blow. It's gonna be blown. Appreciate that. To do animations, that's something I would really like to get in. Yeah, man. It's like I say, it's a digestible industry. It's a very digestible industry. And a lot of people, a lot of people are trending there because of what I just mentioned, right? You heard me talk about digestible. What I mean by that is I see, and just because where we're at culturally, not just in America, everywhere, they see that style, they see it animated, they immediately get intrigued and they start doing research. It's just kind of how the general customer funnels work. And so it's really, really, beneficial for people that have those aspirations to entertain them, because you are gonna attract. Look, not everybody that is interested in animation or watching movies or watching film are going to be comic book readers. It's not how it works. In fact, I mean, that's kind of the point of the transmedia approach, is that you are trying to service, in hopes obviously that's profitable, but trying to service different forms of media because that might be their go-to form of entertainment. That end user, that viewer, that buyer, that purchaser, that customer, whatever you want to call them. And so you're meeting people where they're at, and that's why a lot of people invest in that. So canonize Pirate Ripper. Horseman Helm and Bloodruth Hat, just throwing that out there. Bloodruth Hat, I think that would pop off. That would absolutely pop off. I can respect that. Horseman Helm, both of those. That'd be like a RippaWorks project. RippaWorks project for sure. All right, guys, we are just under $97,000, which means that we are about 3,000. One immortal tier. Like I said, I'm not telling anybody this to put pressure on any of my enthusiastic fans out there that may have decent jobs. Not at all. I'm just saying that we are so close. We are right there. Ripper, when you're dressing as a pirate. Okay, here's the story. I was sent a hat. X-Wing and Jay told me to get it. I got it, rather. But to be more accurate, it was too small. Hat, like, I don't know whose head that was made for, but it's like a child-size hat. X-Wing reached back out. He said, get this one. This is the hat. So once that hat arrives, it's supposed to be here tomorrow. At least that's what it says. And I'm not going to cheat you. Technically, the week doesn't start until I put it on. So whatever day that I start doing that is the day that I'll be totally honest and transparent with you guys. I am going to try. I'm not going to say, yeah, I'm not going to stream. That's how I'm going to get over on you motherfuckers. No, I'm going to stream. I will stream as much as I can with that goofy ass get up that I'm going to be rocking. Am I able to confirm Dirty D 67? Can we get to at least 65 first? What animated shows influenced you the most to create RippaWorks animations? Well, I mean, look, I grew up in an era of animated content that was peak, the 90s. And you look at the type of particularly comic book media that came out. Look, yes, we're all biased. I don't care if you're born in the 80s, if you're born in the latter half of the 90s, almost everybody unanimously agrees that in the West, society peaked there. It was a lot of good material that was on TV that was based on comic book material that was really good when I was a youngster. Batman the animated series probably being the most notable one. But you also had X-Men the animated series, which was massive at the time. And moving forward, that's the reason why they did that X-Men 97 or whatever they call that shit. That's all that was, trying to rehash and rekindle that fire, if you will. I mean, shit. All of the comic book material that was, you had obviously Spider-Man and Silver Surfer, and it was so much like comic book media that was out there that was being produced during that decade that made it really easy to be a fan of comics. So, I grew up in that era. That was the era when I was coming home from school, right? As a youngster, and I was watching those. Oh no, not to start to talk. Well, it's the truth. So as we getting old, I know it. Like I ain't gonna hot side. I already know. I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna hide. It was great. It was fantastic. It was a great time to be a fan of comics. It was fantastic. So yeah, man, it created a lot of opportunities to be a fan and become a fan, right? And obviously that's a big influence on me because I saw that and I saw the way it played out. I saw what it meant to me, and yeah, it's one of those things that I would love to have this thing pop off. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. All right, let me get back over here because my shit froze. All right, there we go. Can't wait for the new and younger Rip fans to join Rip. Yeah, man, we've had some definitely once I do my like con circuit stuff. Man, there's always some youngsters that the parents that are showing up. Man, it's really really cool to see. Really cool to see. Still have every episode of VHS as a kid on Fox. Oh, nice. Man, Lord knows all the VHS tapes I have over there. My mother, every time she comes over, she's obviously with the baby being here. My mom will come and she'll kick it for a few days to a week, sometimes more. And every time she comes back with like, oh shit, it's really cool. She brought this thing I made in class. I want to show it. It's the coolest thing, and it is kind of fucking sappy. But I want to show y'all something real quick. Hold on, real quick. All right, so check this out. Um, really really cool thing here. So my mother brought this. She brought me this shit. Right, it's a cool thing. Has a bunch of like old shit that she stuffed in here. Okay. So it was sometime at my school. I ended up going to NASA. That was a shirt that we had. These are some shirts. We used to do this like weird like shirts like definitely on the last day of school, and we'd be putting like people be writing their names and stuff on the shirts. She kept all those, but this was just like back when you used to do kind of like arts and crafts stuff in school. So I when she saw it, I immediately like got nostalgic because I just remember that date so vividly. It was some class where out of towels we were making the teacher, it was like some arts and craft class, and we were making backpacks out of towels. And obviously, the comic fucking nerd that I was, of course, you know what I went with. So yeah, man, it's like a literal backpack. It's a towel, but we made this. I remember it so vivid. She's like, "You remember that backpack you made? It's one of the coolest fucking things." So yeah, it's a Spider Man. It's a Spider Man little. It's a towel, but it's made. We turned it into a backpack. I can't remember what grade I was in, But I just remember, I remember doing that. I remember everybody, because we got to obviously choose what towel thing that we wanted to use to make it. And obviously, I of course had to go with, I went with Spider-Man. It was no, who else was I gonna go with? But yeah, it's a functional backpack. It has obviously straps, and it has this little deal. So yeah, it was cool. We knit, like we, stitching and knitting, doing all that shit. So yeah, she brought it. She brought it over. It's really really cool. But I remember that, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. That she brought it. But yeah, in here is a bunch of other shirts and stuff that, like I said, I was like kid shit. You got kids right in there, and I was funny seeing some of the names that were on it. Like most of them I couldn't fucking remember, but some of them I was able to like I at least talked to recently. But yeah, this was like, what year was this? This was year. This was year. What year is this? When we went to NASA, 2001. Yeah, as you see. But yeah, I went to NASA. But yeah, she brought me a bunch of like old shit. It was really cool. So every time she comes over, she brings something. She'll bring like pictures, and her and my wife will be like going through my old baby pictures or some shit. But yeah, this is like one of the coolest things because she like, Eric, you remember this backpack that you made? It's like, yeah. And it's cool that she kept all of that stuff too. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh snaps! It's a Spider-Man backpack that we made in class. So yeah, it was one of the coolest things that I ever remember doing in class. Obviously, 95% of it is wasting your damn time, but that was a fun class that day. I think it was a project. It wasn't just one day. It was something that we picked up on. I think it took us a week or so for us to do all that. I don't even think they do arts and crafts shit in school anymore, do they? Because that would have had to been probably late '90s whenever we did that. And I don't know if y'all, obviously I'm gonna know real soon with you know how we approach Baby Ripper and everything. But yeah, I do wonder if they still do shit like that. Like not even generally that, because we in my old arts and crafts stuff, we used to do all kinds of shit. We were like chopping shit up. We were fucking building shit. We were doing all kinds of shit. But I don't know if they do that shit anymore. They only teach arts and crafts now if it's feminist lesbian basket weaving. That's probably correct. That's probably correct. Not wrong. Not wrong at all. But yeah, that was a fun little thing. It was random as hell, but I wanted to bring that up because that was a fun time, and we were talking about the '90s and everything, getting all nostalgic and stuff, and that was really, really, really fun. Fun times. Fun times. Fun times. All right, 766 supporters. Thank you all so much for that. Um, yep, 767. Excuse me. Right under 90, well, excuse me, right under 3,000 or over 3,000. Why does this keep freezing on me, man? I don't know what's been going on with this. Jesus. Are you sure it wasn't well, Miles Morales wasn't created back then. So there's that. He wasn't even a thing. Wasn't even thought about during those days. So no, it was not a Miles Morales backpack. Oh man! Shout out 96,706. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I think during that period of time, also the 2099 thing was starting to kick off, and like Yeah. It was good times. Those were good times. Jeremy picked a hell of a time to start streaming at the same time, so I got a choice. Which stream, gay or athletic? Tough choice to make. Yeah, they're gonna start streaming. What are they gonna play? I think they could play in Mario Kart. What is that? Starts like what? 30 minutes, right? No joke. If they had inside drifting bikes, I would 100% consider playing it. But I can't fucking play. I tried it. My wife can speak to it because she plays it obviously. But this new Mario Kart is no inside drifting bike, and I've been playing so long on a damn just inside drifting bike, I can't fucking drive regularly. I don't even know what the fuck to do. I don't even know what to do. Sounds like a skill issue. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, Andrew. I mean, technically, yeah, but yeah, I just can't do it. 30 minutes to hit the go. Can we hit it? Man. Big shout out to all y'all. Y'all are amazing. No, seriously, I can say it's gonna be close because if we're going by the numbers, we've made like $3,000 or so in it's been less than 12 hours, but we'll see. We'll see. We will see. We will see. Shout out East Coast Tozy Boy. Thank you for that. Eric July's favorite, and I can't read the rest of the name. It doesn't show up. With $1. Appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know what that is, but not what I do. I know it's a joke. I just can't read it all. I literally can't see it. It just says Eric July's favorite in the T. I can't see the damn full name. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, we're gonna be. Am I gonna? I don't think I'm gonna be able to stream tomorrow. Man, my days have been interesting, man. My days now, I got some consistency, but yeah, during this period of time, this is just a reality, just of how the nature of what the baby introduced. So me, I'm basically doing nonstop work from basically, well, not nonstop. It'll be I'll wake up at 5. That's my time to wake up now. 5 to probably about sometime in the morning when the wife and the baby decide to get up, and then I'll usually hang out with the baby at once my wife when she wakes up. So I'll hang out with the baby. We'll watch, I don't know, Dexter's Lab or some shit, and we'll hang out for a little bit, and then during that time, usually wife's getting fuel in her, getting food, all that good stuff, and then that's when I go back to work after that. So, but usually, like, it was just straight work outside of that break with Baby Ripper. 5 to 5 is basically where I'm working like every day. That's what we do now, and we'll see. Just because if I got something to do that's like off site, which I gotta go sign a book or something like that, or sign books, it throws everything off, and yeah, days start to get hella weird. Hella weird. Just wait till there's only one parent per kid. Then after that, you're playing zone defense. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. That is, you gotta play the spot. It's zone defense. I like that. Yeah, that's kind of what you gotta do. Pick your spot. We try to do that now. Like it's very rare, and usually, we ask for a sub when mom comes here. Obviously, mom's helping a lot with that, and that's great. But oftentimes, it's Because the Baby Rippa, I think I've mentioned this. Baby Rippa is not a fan of the bassinet, or crib or anything. Uh, Baby Rippa will sit. You'll get pockets where Baby Rippa will sit in the bassinet and like chill. It's usually very short, like very very short. Before Baby Rippa starts freaking out, realizing I need someone to grab me, and yeah. So we have our moments. They're the rare that it's like we like can eat at the same time. Like that's impossible. We've given up for the most part on that. Usually it's like taking turns. Obviously, I watch the baby uh, wife will eat and then kind of swap. But very rarely is a situation where you will stay in the bassinet long enough to like not freak out so we can eat. Nah, not happening. Not happening. Just that we've given up on that. At bassinet at night doesn't matter. There's not a fan. Not a fan right now. Some point get there, but nah. Right now, has to sleep next to somebody. And even with me, like the funny thing, me and wife just talking about this. Baby Ripper won't sleep with me the same like way that Baby Ripper sleeps with the wife. Like the wife can Baby Ripper will sleep on her side. With me, absolutely not happening. Tried that, doesn't work. Only time Baby Ripper sleeps, only way Baby Ripper sleep was Baby Ripper has to be like on me, and then it's fine. But with wife, Baby Ripper is like side, back, knocked out, all that stuff. It won't do that at all. If I put Baby Ripper in that position, Baby Ripper starts hollering. Matt, what's up with it? What's up with it? So yeah, appreciate that. Everybody coming through, donating to our first ever crowdfund through RippaWorks. That's what we are promoting right now, and we thank everybody. We are so close, just $3,000 from the goal, or so from the goal, and I'm thankful for all of you. Actually, no, yeah, about 3,300, 3,300. Thank you, appreciate that. So yeah, man, my days are it's oddly consistent, but they're like as to be expected. Like I'm up early. Like I'm up early because it's the only time I'm be able to get like straight up work done. Because you gotta understand when you start hitting those 9, 10, I'm like jumping on calls. I'm talking with this vendor, that vendor, because that's their work hours. So 5 usually to about depends on when they get up 9-ish. I can work like uninterrupted, whatever that looks like. Whether it's writing, doing getting caught up on emails or whatever that looks like. Collectors RippaZine 6 by Kanan looks fire. Yeah, really like how both of those came out. We got our own individual team members to work on those, which is really, really, really cool. So one did a cover, the other did like the collector. So it was really cool. Igor and Kanan, that's what I'm referring to. Can the crowdfund campaign be longer next time, like a future video game one? Well, yeah, if we did something like that, it just depends on what that type of campaign. If we do an actual crowdfund through RippaWorks, it just depends on what type of campaign it's going to be. If it's a campaign that makes sense for it to be that long, then absolutely, we'll run those longer for sure. But for something like this, we ran it as a relatively, actually really short campaign, really short campaign. Another Vanguard came in. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out. Shout out to the Vanguards coming through showing love. ETA on the card folder. Well, what was the card folder with? You're talking about the binder. The binder was that was with the what was that with? That was with was that the definitive that was with? Or was it I get them mixed up because I know we have the card. Was it the definitive or omnibus? Either way, they ship with it. So it would be we sent those notifications out. So those should be hitting either to like sometime the end of the week. Those end of the month should be shipping, or going into early February. That's our kind of it was the definitive. Okay, so that's our window. We should yesterday I think we sent that email letting everybody know our fulfillment times. So we got 5 of them looking to fulfill within the next few weeks, over the course of like I said, beginning next month, late this month, and that's both definitive. So ISOM and Yaira, the action figure, and the omnibus, and RippaZine issue number 5. All those we're looking to fulfill again end of this month, beginning of the next. Start fulfillment. Really excited for you guys to read those. Like definitely with the RippaZine 5. Address email went out for definitive ISOM. Yeah, that might be the next one that goes out because I'm easily accessible, so I just went up there and signed everything that I needed to. So we're good there. And that was the last thing that we're waiting on. Obviously, we got like the certificate of authenticity and all that good stuff. Interested in seeing new colors for ISOM 2. Yeah, ISOM 2 looks really, really good, man. It matches with the what you saw with the Trinity, as well as what you saw with what was the other one? Well, no, the Omnibus, yeah, is gonna have that. But yeah, you've seen some of the colors that happen in ISOM 3s or Sebastian, so you get to see it in its full context. ISOM Omnibus is permanent, right? What do you mean? Like, we're gonna always keep it in the store? Probably not. Nah. You talking about the definitive? Nah. I think once those are gone, they're for the most part, they're out of there. Unless there was some crazy demand, I don't see us reprint. I mean, we technically could, but I don't see us reprinting a lot of like our trades. Just because it doesn't make sense. Unless, like I said, it was just some massive uptick. So yeah, where we at? Let's go. We are at 768 supporters, 96,800 now, 3,200. Like I said, I'm gonna just go scroll over here so y'all can see that. Me stopping here, don't worry about it. Just happens to be where the mouse landed. Appreciate everybody's support. I have 2 items coming. One for my Vanguard, and I'm gonna keep box. Okay. Oh, the figures. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Yeah. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. The action figure. You guys are gonna love it. Got some cool stuff that we're putting out alongside it. Got that card. Really, really stoked on that. Do I have any other cards here? I don't think so. I do not. What comics will you be selling at MegaCon? Do you take cash? Yes. It's hard to say. We usually take as many as we can, and we'll send them out there. But it just depends. Like especially like some of the newer material is hard to say. But yeah, if we have like definitely those mass prints, we'll bring them here. And it's also a good place to show up if you missed out on a cover that may not be up for sale. We'll usually, if we do keep some, we'll have them for the shows for that reason. So you may get lucky, and if you missed out on a cover or something, we might have it. Can't wait for my father to start doing Ghost Machine figures so I can display ISOM with my other favorite comic characters. Okay. That's my main thing I've been wanting is a single fat ass book of each entire arc for all the Rippaverse. It's cool. Are you talking about the? Well, if you're talking about the omnibus, I don't know. That's a Brandon question. I have no idea if we have any more omnibus books left. I have no idea. I have no idea. We'll see. But yeah, that's a treat, man. That book is fucking massive, man. That book is huge. Says let's be careful with that, man. I think it hurt someone. Updates on Shadow Century on RippaZine. I saw it hinted a few months back. Yeah, that's dropping soon. We've been in contact with Eric. That's dropping soon. As well as some other RippaZine projects. There's a lot of cool things happening. My chance of getting into the comics if the omnibus is limited. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know how many are left, but I mean that's a item that I gotta understand. Like that item, we can't. That is the bigger the book is, the more difficult it is to reprint. Like we can't fight. Like you gotta understand, with the book like that, in order to make it financially viable, obviously we price it based on how many we think we can sell, right? Because that's gonna impact for you guys, and I'm sure you guys understand, volume is key when it comes to considering your price per unit. So we can't like print on demand a book that big. That's impossible, and it would be so expensive. But yeah, like we can only go by demand. So it's a book that can't like a book that big. It's like unless the demand is like something crazy. Like I said, if people are just, oh yeah, man, we want this, and they're falling over themselves trying to get it, yeah, then maybe it makes sense. But a book that big, just as a trade, just doesn't make a lot of sense for us to like try to reprint. We'd have to try to estimate, obviously, what those numbers that we think that it can sell, but yeah, that becomes a financial risk of keeping something that big. Like that's tough. That's tough. That's not a that's obviously yeah, we price it accordingly, and yeah, just like trying to account for maybe a handful of people that would over the course of the next, I don't know how many months are gonna get it. Like is it worth sinking that much cash into tens of thousands of dollars in it in hopes that it would sell and that gets tough. But yeah, I mean you can always get our you're talking about eBay sellers are asking ridiculous price for old issue. You can get every issue that we of every book that we've ever released uh outside of the RippaZines, right? Because we move on from those. But like as far as our books, like even ISOM one, you can go get those directly from our store. Do you know how many peeps have joined each tier? Curious the breakdown looks like. I don't have that readily available. I would have to. Yeah, I can do some digging for sure, and I back in and get it. Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, that would be we didn't have that many immortals, obviously, but there were like a handful of immortals that did show up. Just brought a guardian to. Let's go. 97. Let's go. 97,000 guys. We are less than $3,000 away. Look, like I say, don't mind me scrolling down here, over here to these tiers right here that would just, really get us over the top at all. Like I said, I've told you guys, I would never. I have way my morals, my set of ethics would not allow me to put pressure on anybody to become a titan or immortal. That's not the type of thing that I run. It's not the type of business that I run here. That's not the type of operations that I have here. However, if someone did happen to want to possibly, potentially, maybe, wanted to become Titan or Immortal, I mean, we'll be through that. We'll be done. $770 supporters. Wow, closing on 8. Wow, hold up, man. That's what we're talking about. We almost had 800 supporters. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Hearken, listen to the band. Matt. Everybody was so tight. Hey, dog, no. It's all jokes, man. Like, look, nobody is obligated to give me. You get his company fucking because I don't see shit. See the money is going directly into the company and everything they need to pay for. Would never put pressure on people like on a serious note to like do shit like that. Like, this is a luxury good. I'm not saying we're fucking Lexus. I'm just saying that it's something that you don't have to get, yet you go out your way to get. So it's like we appreciate people using their spending their disposable income on us. We thank you guys so much. Animation's expensive. It ain't cheap. That's for sure. Yeah, just 3,100. Yeah, that'll do it. Just 30 guys. How many people in here? Yeah, yeah. I got more than 30 people in here. Yeah, that could happen. Sure enough. Shout out Rowan, Ginger Raven. Shout out all of y'all. Y'all are awesome, amazing. We appreciate you. Yes, so we are very, very close to. And look, obviously you'd have to buy it separately because it's a different thing from RippaWorks. But you can always go back into the store, and if you want to go grab the RippaZine issue number 6, you can go get that as well, which just launched today. Oh, shout out, Steve. Thank you so much for that. Shout out to you. See, y'all are awesome, man. Seriously, guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, man, these tiers here that I have, I'm highlighting and everything, and they're just some tiers that you can get some really cool stuff with. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. Y'all are amazing, though. Seriously, we are so close to this damn goal. More. Actually, over 12 hours left. So we on pace, but we'll see. It's gonna be close. I can't keep reopening this damn thing. So if you want this to happen, you want these animations to happen, make sure you support us right now. Which tier gets the blue ship animation boss? I didn't know that we added that, Andrew. Yeah, we get us like a all right. So let me get my obligations in order. I'll tell you what, we got what. I'm not gonna be live for another like too much longer. Definitely with the with G&G about to start streaming here in a bit. We got Renland, Isom, Alpha Core, Yaira. See the others. Yeah. Would I be willing to give it a shot if someone in the next 10 minutes, became an immortal to animate Blue Shift? I'm amenable to that for sure, but it's probably not happening. I'm amenable to it. I'm I'm all right with making adjustments. It's all right, Ripper, stream over them, tell them that's what me is. Nah. You heard him. Yeah. Exactly. Look, if someone wants to become immortal, yeah, I would. I absolutely would be up for including Zephyr in our in the animation. If in the next, like I said, I'm not gonna be streaming that much longer because they're about to start streaming. The Gary kicking, he's already been animated. Yeah, that's true. And it was on meth. Agent of Zalen with a 10 says, they're dropping in to see what's up. Wanted to say I'm officially following you, Mr. Ripper, in your journey, on the journey to parent. Let's go! So my wife and I just got home from the hospital with our firstborn. Hey, congratulations, man. It is, parenthood is awesome, man. Sure, definitely that newborn stage is, sleep. Just don't even think about it. Like to prepare you for it, just this whole sleep when the baby sleep, it's all bullshit. If you have a baby like baby Ripper, good luck. Don't even. I wouldn't even for the better part of 2 months even consider like that you're ever gonna get a decent amount of sleep. It's just not gonna happen. Congratulations though, seriously, homie. Baby Ripper is athletic. Baby Ripper is very athletic. Baby Ripper, Baby Ripper. We don't even try to swaddle Baby Ripper anymore. That was a failed experiment. Uh, but yeah, Baby Ripper has a way of like kicking, like already doing. Let's say front kicks approved. Front kicks are Jean Claude Van Damme approved. No swaddle, no crib on the front. Yeah, that's how it works. Like doesn't like the crib, doesn't like the bassinet. Uh, will tolerate the car seat. But yeah, swaddle. That was a absolutely disastrous experiment. Baby Ripper was not having that swaddle. Baby Ripper might have. Baby Ripper was cool with the swaddle, like fresh out the womb, like talking. We at the hospital for what, like 3 days or whatever. Baby Ripper was good to go there. After that, Baby Ripper was not having that swaddle. It just wasn't happening. Um, Fighting it, you can hear Baby Ripper grunting, breaking through it. Even as I got that swaddle tight as I don't know what, Baby Ripper was just just no, would not be contained. So we gave up on that. Tried different swaddles. They got all these different fancy swaddles now. Instead of just using like an actual blanket, or wrapping them up, they have like swaddle little bags, sleeping bags and stuff like that. Shit, good luck. None of them worked. Baby Ripper's practicing the saloon kick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Front kick is strong. Let's just say that. Newborn equals no sleep. You get used to. Yeah, I wouldn't even count on that. There is no sleeping when the baby sleep. It's just whatever. You just kind of sleep when you sleep. Situation. That's kind of what happens out of that. Guys, we are less than 3,000 away. Martial arts, yeah. Once they're able to run around, I think some sort of we American kickboxing, Muay Thai is for sure in the cards, 1,000%. My turn with the baby drive. I can want ninja while I was sleeping. Hold on, sleeping. Wow, that's what's up. Yeah. Baby Rippa is Baby Rippa tolerates. We have a carrier that the wife uses. Tolerates that for sure. Um, right now won't unless Baby Rippa sleep, and I have to be like I say, Baby Rippa has to be positioned a certain way for sleep on me. But yeah, it's I haven't like tried to do anything productive outside of eating with the baby. Wouldn't allow it. Baby Ripper likes to like move and always moving them damn hands and stuff. Bills need a kicker. Baby Ripper got some athleticism. That's for sure. That's one to release. Yeah, Cavern, dude. We are so many post I some one, and look, we're doing a better job. You know, this is why it's funny. Remember that previous super chat is talking about streams. They have a lot to learn about marketing, man. It's funny. We were talking about it. What's the other day we were talking about? We went through like all these comic book companies, like the major guys, and how most of their YouTubes and stuff, there's not a whole lot of viewership going on because I don't know. That's not where. I think some people that are perpetually online and in the live streaming space, unfortunately, have tricked themselves into believing that the entire world operates like that. So views equal sales, and if you're a YouTube streamer, then you get high viewership, you get high buyership, and that's just not how it works. It's never worked that way, and it's never gonna work that way. But yeah, one of the things that we are doing a better job of, one of my goals for the company, I think I maybe talked about this before, life cycle. We're gonna take it to the next level there in our marketing because there's a lot of people like that they get in on a book. Maybe it's ISOM, maybe it's Alpha Core. They got in really, really early and don't even know that we have put out so much material. Because again, people need to understand most aren't perpetually online. Most people are not perpetually online. Like there are more people that are not than there are because we may be. And if you're on social media, you know that connectivity, you feel that, but most people do not function the way like we do. And I'm not calling us fucking nerds. I'm just giving it to you straight. You can probably try to explain your corner of the internet to a random person that you walk up to, and they'll probably think you're batshit because that's not how it works. Like most of them have their own things that they're worrying about. Their hobbies are different, and they're not perpetually online. They're not logging into social media every time they pick up the phone. They're not. That's just not how most people operate. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa! Uh-oh. So I'm hearing the saloon doors are starting to rock. I'm trying to pull this up on the back end. Like it's going really slow right now for me, just to verify. Yeah, somebody is cocky. Somebody came through and became a Titan. If you're watching this, you cocky son of a bitch, I appreciate you. He might not be. This motherfucker might just be. He might have just got the email. We did send out an email not too long ago. He might have just got his fucking email and said, "Oh, this is cool. I'll throw it in." I I know who you are, obviously, but that's on you to out yourself. Thank you so much. If you are watching this, thank you. If not, thank you. Hey, Dr. Megatrons, Still, we appreciate you, man. Guardian tier ain't nothing to sneeze at, bro. Ain't nothing to sneeze at. That's still 250 smacks. Wow, 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 wow. Whoa, Professor X, what's up? He said, let's make things a little more interesting before you go. All right, say less. Professor X. Things are getting really intriguing right now. Guys, we are. We're right there. Oh, we're close. Shout out Titan ain't that's a lot of money. Let's take a step back and actually process that information. That's a lot of money. That's not cheap. That's not cheap. That's a lot of money. Wow. Guys, we're less than $2,000 away from the goal. Can we hit it? We're not that far away. Wow. A Titan. Oh man. Guys, I ain't gonna jinx it. But I'm just saying, I'm going into tomorrow. I'm feeling real good about us hitting the goal. Get a Titan for your Titan. I mean, if you wanted to. If you didn't want to spend like $5,000 for a Immortal, you just want to get a Titan for your Titan, who gonna stop you? You your own man or woman, if that's the thing. You know, I'm just here. Wow, 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 wow. We're right there. We're right there. 12 p.m. tomorrow, it ends, so noon Central. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. That's 10 a.m. Western or Pacific, and that's 11 a.m. Mountain. I think I got all the time zones. Argentina time, I think that's 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. If you are in the UK, that's going to be 6 p.m. Just all depends. ISO was ISO 1 cover A limited or that's limited. We have them. We still have some. We have cover B too. It's but it is limited. We're not reprinting. The only one that gets reprinted is the cover C. But we do still have some. We have some A's and some B's. Not many, but we have some. You see them. Usually those are the ones that we like to carry. Just so look, that was where it all started. So we like to keep some of those, and you'll see us at like cons, and usually we'll have a handful of. We don't got a million of them, but we got some. Cover C though, yeah, we got plenty of those, and that's our mass print cover. Plenty of the mass prints for every book that we have. 19 Vanguards, yeah. I mean, if you look, jokingly, just giving you some mathematics. Unbelievable. That Titan is cocky. I respect it. You should too. If I'm being completely honest, you all should respect that. But wow, we are right there. Incredible. ISO 1, 2, and 3 are the only RippaWorks comics I'm missing from my collection. I got everything else outside. And you say you're going to be at MegaCon. It is highly likely that we will have all of those at MegaCon, typically. That's our most popular series. That's for sure. You can almost bet that we're going to have that there. And we're probably, of one, we're probably going to have a and B with us, usually. I wouldn't say don't. I would say don't hold me to it because Brandon is the one that makes that ultimate decision. But I'm just going off of past evidence. Usually we're gonna have those. We typically, like, why wouldn't we? It's our most popular character. Post my photo on X on my entire collection. I love to see it. I would absolutely love to see it. I love seeing those pictures where people are like getting a whole spread of their like RippaWorks collection, man. It just, man, dude, what we've done in 3.5 years with you guys has been just unbelievable, man. You guys are incredible. We appreciate you so much. Hard to get on frame, yeah, I can imagine. There's a bunch of them, bro. It's a whole hell of a lot of books that we put out over the years. 3 years, going on 4. It'll be 4 years in July. RippaWorks theme spin rack. If we can make that money make sense, I'm not against it. Post a picture of my RippaWorks collection, but I don't have the space to put it out every cover each week. Shout out. I do space move. Good to see you. 98,231, so close. Yeah, let me refresh. That means someone came through and dropped a hun dog then. Yeah, someone came through and dropped a hun dog. Shout out. So that is a Vanguard tier. Someone came and he said, hey, I need that card and I need that animation. Comment. Due for another box. I agree, man. We got it. We got to get another short box. $18 Vanguards is all it would take. 18 Vanguards, we'd be done with this. Funded. Ready to rock. Wow, man, you guys are cocky. I respect it, though. You should. Ladies of the RippaVerse. Yeah, Irish short box. You wanna get let in on an NDA? I have another. You know, we've done a poster, but I have a heroic ladies of the RippaVerse poster right now. It's a very stylistic poster that I'm sitting on right now. That I don't even know what campaign to make it a part of. It was one of the. I really like the artist's work. Not gonna say who the artist is, but I really like the work. And it was a time that they had an opening and we collaborated. And I'm sitting on that poster. It's got Blood Ruth's on it, Yaira's on it, Ingrid is on it, and it's like I say, it's not like a realism kind of It's a very stylistic. It's a very stylistic poster. It's really good looking. Very, very stylistic. $98,756. Somebody come through, drop a $500. They would have had to. If that's where we're at, somebody dropped a $500. They did. Wow, 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 wow. Someone is elite. Wow. Guys, we're right. We're right there. I'm not even supposed to be streaming. My bro's a streaming game and I'm streaming over. I'm not trying to do that. Throne Almighty, what's up with it? What the comic that come out of Vanguard page is artist? It's gonna be Kanan. It's gonna be something written by me and Kanan. It's gonna be based on the Echoes of Cypheon story. That's in RippaZine number 6. One Titan and one Guardian to go. Yeah, we're out of here. We're out of here. Can we hit it? Wow. Imagine being that cocky. I respect it. What the had a Titan come through show. I was about to say something very Texas. But yeah, shout out. And then we got an elite come through. Wow. Oh, it was you, Saron Almighty. Becoming elite. Let's go. Probably would have dropped Titan, but you decided to end it the day before payday. It is on Thursday. Yeah, it's probably, yeah, that's a good point. But no, here's the thing. We didn't want to make it live that, I mean, let me reason with you guys real quick and let you, or rather explain my reasoning, the way that it's set up. This is the last chance. So we just wanted to, we're trying to move on from it. But yes, we need to figure out if we're going to be doing that second animation or not. It's going to be a lot of, the approach of also how we're going to approach those shorts is going to be largely determined by that. So yeah, we are moving towards, can pets be immortalized? I don't see why not. Obviously we're going to be in contact. You let us know what part of the likeness. I don't see why not. I don't see if, I wouldn't, no, I'm not against that. If you're like, hey, I got an animal, look, you got to understand we need to be in context. We have to figure that out because, this isn't just like the world outside. This is in the dead zone. This is, this is cyberpunk-ish kind of area. So we got to be careful there. But, I'm not against that. 5K for a cartoon appearance and a book. 2 for 1. You get a book. You get a signature series version of the book. You get an exclusive card. You get a sketch with, done by Kanan. You get a fucking exclusive poster. CGC. Signature series poster. Ain't a whole lot of those around. We've actually raffled some of those. Come on now. Get a lot of stuff for the 5K. So like I said, I ain't saying not to do it. I wouldn't put pressure on anybody ever to become immortal. And I'm not trying to entice you to do that because it's a lot of money. And only if you got it should you do it. But man, if you at it, you getting lined up. You getting lined up. 99K, what? We get somebody had to drop. I mean, somebody had to drop 250. Somebody had to become a guardian. Guys, we're 1,000 bones away. One more. It is. Somebody dropped 250. Guys, we're $1,000 away from the goal. Just drop. That's Dragon Lord. Shout out Dragon Lord. Let's go. Seriously, guys, man, you are amazing. Y'all are making my day right now. I only found out a few months ago the CGC does post. Yeah, they it's only certain sizes, but yeah, they have and they're doing signature series ones. That's really, really cool. It's happening. Ron Paul meme. Oh, it's one of our favorites. It's classic. Guys, I'm gonna refresh real quick. We are not that far away from the goal. We're right there. Or two elites, yeah. We're right there. Wow. If you're logged in, the numbers update a lot earlier. I'm not logged in, so yeah, there's that. Can it be tonight? Can we hit it tonight? Hey, like I said, bros, I ain't knocking it. It's the final countdown. RippaVorks pull up says Professor X. Let's go. It is. I'm just sticking around for a little bit just in case something happens. I'm not even supposed to be streaming right now. I'm supposed to be off. So I gotta explain myself when I go downstairs. Either way, I'm just sticking around just in case some little something happens. I'm just sticking around. We're like 1,000 away. That's an immortal. We're an immortal tier away from hitting this goal. I want to give a big shout out to all of the fans out there that demanded this, because we got emails. We got people in our inbox and our, getting in. You ain't even supposed to be in there, jumping into customer service tickets saying, hey, you bastards. First of all, the campaign was too short. Number two, we were right there at the goal. How you gonna end it like that? So I said, you know what? Say less. We're going to drop the RippaZine to make it enticing so you can at least see what the animation is going to be based on. That's what we did. That's why we released it at the same time, or not at the same time, but on the same day. Because I wanted you to see, to sweeten the deal, this is what it's going to be going to be based on. And so you guys got to see that, and we've opened it. It hasn't even been 12 hours yet. So it hasn't been half of the 24. We haven't hit that quite yet. And we're just about $1,000 away from hitting the goal of $100,000. I don't know what's going to happen. I guess I'm just sticking around just in case things get a little suspect. We will see. But things are interesting right now. We're in an interesting spot. Just 1,000 away. Cypheon looks sick. Keep it dope as always. Thank you so much for that, Moon Mulligan. I might have been the first to suggest he reopened the campaign to hit his 100K goal. There was quite a bit of people. We're a fan-driven company. Y'all know that, man. Look, we do what we do for you guys. So the benefit that we have of being able to do things like this, we can make the customer buying experience as unique as we want. We can get as creative as we want, as long as it's not, obviously, we got to tame our ambition sometimes, because finances are going to be, you don't want to do something reckless, but we can make this as unique of a scenario as we want. And we have that flexibility and nimble that a lot of the major guys just can't steer that mammoth. So we appreciate that feedback. When you guys are like, look, I want more of thing, that's the type of shit I need to hear about. Like, I want to make our decisions educated. We're 5 hours to put a Wolf of Wall. She said, I ain't leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. Yeah, man. Just like I said, just in case things get interesting, because we went from where we were at to where we're at now, and things are getting a little interesting. 2:20 a.m., but I'm sticking around just in case. Hey, shout out to you. So you in the UK or somewhere out there in that area? Shout out Harkin. Y'all are sick, man. I appreciate y'all. I'll be in London in May for a concert. When was the last time I even been in Europe, man? It's been a long time. Been quite a while. like during obviously peak backwards, man, we get a lot of offers to go out there. I mean, we did international shows. We did Mexico like fucking. How many times did we do Mexico? We did Mexico like fucking at least 3 times, if I'm not 2, 3 times. We did Mexico. I think 3. One of the craziest shows that I did, like probably ever, was at a. It was like this high fancy ass fucking. It was in Acapulco, and it was like this fancy ass um venue that like looked, it's like on a mountain. Like it looked over, it was fucking insane. That show was fucking nuts. It was one of the craziest shows we'd ever performed at. There's footage out there. I don't know where it's at. I mean, I can try to like find it. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, that show was nuts. Let me see if I can find that video. I'm actually curious. Oh, I found it. Here's a clip. Hold up. I found a clip. Oh, we gotta take a look at this. Hold up. There's a clip of that show. Quality ain't that good. But yeah, you see like the background, we're on a fucking mountain. This show, I wouldn't even sing in the fucking song. I was fucking like, that show was nuts. That was a very fun show. That show was fucking nuts, man. What song was that? I got it in my head. But yeah, that was that show was nuts. Is this North concert? Nah, man, it's backwards, man. That show we did was fucking nuts. But yeah, we rocked Acapulco fucking several times. But that specific year, I don't know what it was. The energy was nuts. I got the green Zaylan shirt. The black one looks dope too. Oh man, dude, I love that. This is one of my favorite shirts to rock, dude. Shout out Kanan. This shirt came out fucking excellent. Ripper, did you hear they are rebooting the Rockford Files? No, I didn't. That's news to me. Yeah, give me the Zaylan design. I rock the Horseman pretty regular. Let's go. 99,166. Let's go. But yeah, speaking of, man, the amount of times I got tagged over the weekend. So look, I'm not telling people to go rag on this fucking guy, man. I don't want people to get the wrong idea, but obviously I have to acknowledge the fucking elephant in the room. So as some of you guys, if you are on the metalcore scene, you heard that the front man of Fire from the Gods after I left, the one that basically, we're not gonna relive old shit. The style that they have is because of me. Everybody fucking knows that. It's not a secret. I'm not bragging. That's just the facts. But yeah, recently he got fucking arrested. I don't know if he got arrested for like child endangerment or some shit, or if it was something that he got arrested for, and then there was another like charge that got uncovered because of that. I almost tagged you in one of those. I got tagged a million times, and it's funny. People sending my people are sending me fucking comments and shit, like taking pictures. Everybody's like, people mentioning you and shit. I'm like, yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't have it. I just want everybody to know I don't have any fucking I don't have any secret knowledge on what the fuck that's all about. I have no idea. There's only 2 guys when I was still in Fire. There's only 2 guys that are still there. One of them happens to be one of the founding members, but there's only 2 of them that are still there from when I was. I couldn't tell you the last time I talked to anybody there. I don't know if their old manager, like the last guy that I talked to was his name's David. He was their manager for a long time. He had I don't know if he's even still with them, but that was the last person that I had talked to. I don't know if you guys know the story. We were doing a tour with Wage War, and it came through Austin. It was a tour. It was just us two. It was a short tour with Wage War and Backwards. And we were just it was just us two and some local bands like that were playing at the venues that we were showing up. That's literally all that it was. It was just Wage War and Backwards. And so we did it, and they had showed up. That was the first time that I think I had physically seen any of those guys. And this was probably, again, whenever that tour was, I don't know if that was like 2018 maybe. Whenever that tour was the last time that I had seen any of them. And that was the first time, however, I had seen any of them like since I had left in whatever year that was that I left. And because like I said, that's the hometown of the band, Austin. They had come through. David came up to me. He was like, "You don't need look. Obviously, we need to clear the air and stuff." Telling me that AJ, the guy, got arrested. Wanted to speak with me. Try to make sure everybody's good. And we came over, we talked or whatever about it. It was really basic shit. It wasn't like we went through the whole spiel of everything. It's just like, it was really simple. It's like, he was explaining what their line of thinking was when they had, redid that song that I had wrote, or performed it rather. And he was like, they didn't want to, he basically told me they didn't want to do it, or he didn't want to do it, but they did it, and yada, 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 whatever. And it was all good. It was the last, it wasn't anything crazy. Out of that, but that was the last time that I spoke with anybody over there, so I don't know shit about none of that that's going on, and I'm not gonna sit up here and even make up a story of, oh well, I knew all along. I have no fucking idea what the hell was going on. We get in my contacts. I got these fucking magazines and shit on my website, ericjuly.com, messaging me for statements and shit. It's like, I have nothing to contribute to y'all. I have nothing to contribute to y'all about that, because you gotta understand, I not only did leave, when I left, we formed Backwards, which Billboard charted as well. So it's like, I had moved on from that. Like I said, we weren't I have no reason to be talking to them like that, even though we're both Texas, but yeah, I had no reason to be talking about it. 99,550? Did someone else come through and drop an elite? I'm going to the back end to check it out. Or was there maybe 2 Guardians or whatever? We are right there, bros. Wow. Mo Mug just said, I'm getting that special thanks. Yo. Oh man. I think I'm not putting pressure on anybody. I think this shit's about to happen though. I ain't getting my hopes up. I think this shit's happening tonight. And by the way, if we do hit it, you can and should still buy in if you want to get all these perks and shit. Wow, 700. And let's give a shout out to the supporters because we're almost at 800 supporters. 90. What a beautiful number. 556. Nice. Speaking of, I ain't been at a range in a while. Need to maybe change that. Maybe change that soon. It's a funny story. My wife and my mom said the same thing at the same time. One of the most hilarious things. So we were going. So my mother's out here, right? And my mother found like a phone near the when my mother was walking her dog out, obviously over here. And so we get the phone. I'm trying to, call the person, looking at the ID of whose it was, because you can check the medical ID or whatever on the phone. And so I'm calling them. Nobody answered, yada yada. And then they finally answered. They called me back, and my wife said she dropped it to. Shout out, Lady Ripper. What a cocky son of a. This is what Lady Ripper said. Says dropped into to one of the G&G games, got first and left. See, look, man, this is just a July way. We ain't got much to say. Drops in, so she dropped in. I guess a Mario Kart with him, won that bitch and said, "I'm out of here. I don't gotta prove myself for nothing. I've done what I've done. I'm cocky. I'm out of here." You gotta respect it. You can't not respect that. You can't. You got to respect that. You have to respect. I respect it. I know I do. Wow. I respect it. Drop the headset, shut the computer. Hey, respect. That's cocky. You can't knock that. You gotta respect that. Hell yeah. New T-shirt, the July way. Okay. 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 I respect it. Yeah, let me get personal with y'all. I have been writing. This is an NDA. I'm saying this because someone brought up NDA. This is an NDA right now. I don't know how it's gonna land, but I've been working on two books that are not comic books, like how to books basically. And I just don't know how what the market is for that, something like that. I probably will release it digital as well, in addition to the physical copy. But I've been writing basically a kind of Rippaverse, how to make money in comics, like the Rippaverse way. And I'm trying to write it in a way that's broad enough to apply to other creative endeavors. And it's basically just taking my entire knowledge base and putting it in book form. Not something that's like crazy, like it's thorough, but not like I'm not trying to. It's not meant to be like this fucking 1,000-page book or some shit like that. Which I probably could do that, but it's just more to be more giving you a surface level idea of the basics of what I think are the most important things that I think have been that I find to be valuable or to others, that could be valuable to others, that they could also take in their own creative journeys and turning their hobby into a business. Business, yeah. Business is in the chat. I just don't. I wonder how. I don't know how that's gonna land. I've been working on this. This is something I've been quietly working on for a while, and I just don't know how what the market for that is. So looking at coach, yeah, I know there's coaching guys out there that are selling courses and making $1 billion. But I don't know. I mean, I wonder what the market is for something like that. But I've been working on it. Something I've been working on, yeah, not gonna lie. Eventually, I'm gonna put it out. But I don't know what my expectation should be on something like that. You know, heavy on the shoulders with all the hair by July. Business the July way. See, now we're getting creative. Now we're getting now we're getting creative. Wait. Whoa! And I know exactly who it was. It was where is he at? You cocky son of a bitch. He said he couldn't wait any longer. Professor X. What a psycho. He had already dropped 1,000. He said, fuck it, I might as well get another tier in me. And there was someone right before him dropped $100. Let's fucking go. I'm trying to work on my language, man. So Baby Rippa don't adopt some of the words that I say, but damn it! Mr. Reese said he dropped 100. Yeah, somebody dropped 100. So Mr. Reese dropped 100. Professor X dropped 500. Yo. Wow. I seriously, guys. I am stoked right now. Let's go! Not even 12 hours. We didn't need that. What we need 12 hours for? Unlock the light. Fuck this light. Fuck this chair too. This bitch about to break her in a minute. Let's go! This chair is shit. Like, y'all be thinking I'm joking. It's a fucking wrestling chair. It's a wrestling chair. Y'all thought I was playing? Woo! Can we still donate? Yes! Get your tears, man. Get your tears. It's not over until we said 24 hours. So yes, it's a good get in on it. You want to get in on the Vanguard team. You want to get on all these tiers. Let's go. Woo! Yo, y'all are amazing. Seriously, I appreciate y'all so much. I gotta give a big shout out to everybody that came through. Saron Almighty dropping the big dog. Snacks in the chat. He dropped an immortal tier not too long ago. We got fucking Professor X dropping a grand and a $500. Woo! Let's go! I'm gonna make these the best goddamn animations I can make them. Multi-million-dollar guy and folded chair. Yes! Fuck it! I'm not better to be paying all this goddamn money for these squeaky ass gaming chairs. Not here. I have one of those in my office. But I'm only in here for like 3 minutes at a time. Two hours, you know, doing the shows and shit. Woo! Let's go! Let's go. What the Yo, seriously. Y'all are incredible. And to answer that question, yes, you still can. If you want to get in on it, and I recommend that you do. If you guys are watching this after the fact, and you are like, look, man, I want to get in on this. Yes, just because we hit the goal does not mean that you should stop. You're gonna want to get in on the goal, because, well, you want to get in on one of those tiers because we're still offering all these various things, and this is your last chance if you hadn't got it. You want that. You know, these the exclusive, you know, if you want to, it doesn't matter. Like, look at all these things that we are offering here. Okay. We also have it in text, all the support tiers right here. I buy whatever covers I think are cool. I noticed after a while that I owned all Kanan's covers. Hey, I respect it. Jetty Kirby said with 2, we did it. Woo, Saska's hot. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, we did. Shout out Saska's. Jokey Lee says, congrats. Can't wait to see the trailer. I'm going to make it the best goddamn trailers possible. Y'all are insane. Insane. Well, I don't know what's gonna be. I mean, the only thing that I see that could potentially, if a bunch of guys come through, we do have a stretch goal of 1,000 backers. That's right here. That unlocks the making of a documentary. So I'm not gonna say that's gonna happen. It's gonna be far-fetched. We got a ways to go. But I don't know, man. We got another 12 hours. And I just got the bat signal. It's time to bathe baby Ripper. Okay, I'm gonna leave the stream up because I'm feeling good. Fuck it. Fuck the algorithm. It hurts the algorithm, but who gives a shit? We're gonna leave it live. Do it live. We'll do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Shout out Kanan in the chat. He is the artist of the Echoes Cypheon book. Awesome collaboration, man. I think we're gonna do some real awesome things over the next years, man. To play us out, what is it? In the show? What does that mean to play us out? Oh man. Oh, you guys are insane. Seriously. Good choices, man. Professor X. No, seriously, man. You are amazing. Sir on Almighty. All the people that show love every day. You know, Larry, obviously, always Darius, always showing love. My man's Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Yo, shout out. Golly, man. Okay, I'm gonna go raid. I'm gonna go raid those brothers over there. So let me see if I can get the. Let me see if I can get the. Hold on just a second. Wow. Okay. Ray Gary, yeah, because I know Jeremy's live as well. Was Trump speaking or some shit? Because is he not playing whatever? Okay, I'm gonna raid the G&G team. Jeremy's a homosexual, so why give him the raid? Plus, we got Rip Affiliate over there. X-Wings over there. Yeah, we're going over there. Plus, Jeremy's gay. So, all right. Let me see if I can. How do I fucking do? I always forget how to do that shit. There we go. Okay. There we go. I am sending everybody over there. You guys are amazing. Thank you all so much for helping us hit this goal. Like I said, I got the bat signal. So I need to go. We're going to go bathe baby Rippa. I don't know, man. Maybe tomorrow night as a celebration, I might come through and stream. I got a lot to do tomorrow. So I can't make any guarantees. But, man, thank you all so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you all so much. But I'm going to send this over y'all way. Send y'all over there. Say what's up to him for me. Appreciate y'all. Man, y'all are crazy. Shout out!